Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Bhavatapa Pranashine, Ananda Ghanamurtaye, Jnana Bhakti Pradayine, Matastubhyam Namo Namaha. Jai Ma. Jai Ma, Jai Ma. See, today's question is what is the meaning of Daan, and what should be the spirit of Daan? What is behind it and what is really Daan? See, one needs to understand. Daan can be said, like we can talk about Daan in terms of so many different aspects of Daan. One is monetarily, one is physically, one is emotionally, one is spiritually. So there are lots of different kinds of Daan. Now, supposing a person is very rich, okay, then he can contribute his money to organizations, to associations, organizations where they do, they collect donations for the poor, for orphanages, for schools, different causes and purposes. Now there are three types of Daan. When you do monetarily, you contribute or give Daan, what is the motive behind it in your mind when you're doing Daan? Supposing you're a very rich person, what is your motive? There are three types of things. One is Sattvic, one is Rajasic, and one is Tamasic. So what is Sattvic? Sattvic Daan is you are giving money to an organization or orphanage or some educational center because you want to contribute a part of your money to some needy people. And in Sattvic, what happens is when the right hand is donating, the left hand will not know that you have done it. You are very quiet about it. You've done it because you want to do something. You want to help people. You want to help mankind. Now that is the best kind of Daan when nobody knows what you have done. Okay, so उसमें क्या होता है, आपके कर्म बहुत अच्छे बन जाते हैं. You rise because you have done something which is so sattvic. Rajasic में क्या होता है, it's a mixture. You are doing it because you want to do it, plus you want a self-satisfaction where people get to know that you did something. So both the things combined. Whereas Tamasic में क्या है, you are just doing it for show, and you go around proclaiming and broadcasting that I have made this temple, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. Now that becomes very Tamasic because you have done it only for name, fame and power so that people know that you are great. So that is the worst kind of Daan. Now, supposing you are not a rich person, you can do Daan in so many different ways. Daan in terms of knowledge, Daan in terms of spiritual knowledge to people, Daan in terms of teaching the Bhagavad Gita to people, collect a few, servants in your building, little children in your building, and keep fixed days, like, Mondays and Thursdays and Fridays, I will be teaching the Gita to the little children and educating them on religion. That is a very big Daan. So you're giving knowledge, और जो दान होता है ऐसा जहाँ पे you take classes and teach people, that is never charged. You don't take money for that. You don't take fees from children because it is a daan. It's a charity that you're doing. It's a donation of knowledge that you're giving. So that is also another kind of daan. You help the needy, physically help them, do service. It's basically seva, service to mankind. Some people are ailing, they're old, they need help, they need little things. Supposing your neighbor needs something, who's old or something and can't handle certain things, they have to pay their electricity bills or they have to go somewhere to pay some other bills or whatever, and you volunteer and say, I will do it for you. That is also daan. Some people do all kinds of things for their neighbors also. I knew of a person who would go out of his way to do things like that. That is also daan because he's giving his precious time to people who are needy. Senior citizens here, they can't do a lot of things on their own. So you go out of your way to help them. That is also daan. So physically, emotionally, you do Daan. People are disturbed emotionally, which we are seeing all the time. You give them good advice, take out time for them, sit with them, and give them proper advice, give them that support, moral support system that, it's fine, I'm there for you. That makes a big difference. That support system for people makes a big, big difference, where they feel, okay, if I'm in trouble, there is this person who will help me emotionally, and give me that kind of moral support. वो भी दान है. I knew of one lady who once told me, I was very impressed. She said, see, the rich people have a lot of money to do charity, to do seva of people. So if they have 1 crore of rupees, and even if they take out 10 lakhs from there and give it as charity, for them it makes no difference. They are going to make the 10 lakhs again tomorrow, because they have so much money. But what I am doing is something totally different. And I asked her, what are you doing? So she said a beautiful thing to me. She says, I don't have that kind of money. So agar मैं दिन में 4 रोटी खाती हूँ, तो what I'm doing is I'm eating only 2. And I'm saving the money for the other 2 rotis that I don't eat. And that saving monthly, I'm giving it to the poor. Now that is Daan, that is service, that is seva, because she's cutting her own cloth to give it to people. So बोले जिसके पास नहीं है और उसमें से निकाल के वो दे रहे हैं, अपने ही जेब में से, अपने ही खाना पीना जो भी है वो कम करके किसी और को देना, ये तो बहुत अच्छा दान है, So people do it in different ways. So if you're asking me what is the spirit of Daan, it is the biggest service. Seva is the biggest spirit. Because you're helping. Because somewhere down the line, you have to realize that everybody is one. So if you have love for God, these are all God's children, all around you. जो भी है, सभी भगवान के बंदे हैं, right? So when you are giving service that way, you are actually servicing God. You're giving service to God. Because the moment you realize that nobody is separate, we are all one. तो service किसको गई? भगवान को गई. So if you have love for God, you will want to do Daan, you will want to do seva. गरीबों को जाके लोग खिलाते भी हैं. They cook in the house. I used to do that once upon a time. Every Thursday or something, I would make a lot of puri bhaji and things like that, and have these big patilas, big pots. I would fill it up with all these kind of different food. Every time I would have some different things on a Thursday, and I would go near some temples that I knew of, and there would be all these गरीब लोग जो बैठते हैं खाना खाने, जिनको खाना नहीं मिलता कुछ नहीं, तो I would go and serve them and give them food every Thursday, So that was one thing that I used to do, Whenever I have the means, I do things like that. So everybody should go out of their way to do some sort of Daan, whether it is emotional, physical, monetarily, if they are well off, they can do that. Give Dhyan, that is also Daan. The biggest Daan you can give is giving knowledge to people, So these are all the different things. So what is the meaning of Daan, if you ask me, and what is the spirit one should have? Always have a sattvic spirit, not a rajasic or tamasic. Because I have seen that people, when they do Daan, they want to proclaim and talk to people about it. कि मैंने उसको ये किया और मैंने उसको वो दिया और ये मैंने ये किया, Then that value and the weight of the Daan that you have done goes away. It has no meaning after that, once you start talking about it. So be quiet. Do Daan quietly to people, and that's it. आपके कर्म बहुत अच्छे होते हैं, बहुत बढ़ते हैं, और बहुत कुछ है इसमें, दान में बहुत, सेवा में बहुत कुछ है. अगर कोई elderly people are around you, कोई बूढ़े हैं जिनको दर्द है, उनके पैर दबाओ, उनके हाथ दबाओ, उनको सर को दबा के दो. Anything is service, any kind of thing you do is service. It's Daan, because you're giving your own self for a service without any motive. There should be no motive in the kind of Daan you do. I knew of a person जो इतने सत्कर्म करता था, इतने, he is no more today, और इतना बिजी रहता था, सुबह से शाम तक ही वॉज बिजी, एक्सट्रीमली बिजी. ही वुड गेट लाइक 50-100 फोन कॉल्स अ डे, और कोई ना कोई मदद मांगने के लिए फोन करेगा. ऑल ही सेड वाज हो जाएगा, एंड ही वुड डू एवरीबडीज वर्क. In spite of being so busy, he never said no to anybody. अब वो भी तो दान है, इतनी बड़ी सेवा. So जैसे एक कहावत है ना, it says तन की शुद्धि स्नान से, मन की शुद्धि ध्यान से, और धन की शुद्धि दान से. So that is what one needs to do. शुद्धि करते रहो. हम अंदर की शुद्धि करते हैं, और सब हमारी चीजें हैं उसकी भी शुद्धि होनी चाहिए, हमारे पैसे की भी शुद्धि होनी चाहिए. सो बाय गिविंग 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 यू रिसीव इन अबंडेंस. दुआएं मिलती है, बहुत कृपा मिलती है. सो कॉन्स्टेंटली गिव इन विच एवर वे यू कैन डू. तो लोग बिजी बहुत रहते हैं, पर दान जो करते हैं ना, बहुत बढ़िया करते हैं. सो आई होप आई एम क्लियर एंड यू हैव गॉट योर आंसर. Please let me know in the comment section. Thank you. Jai Ma. Om Bhavatab Pranashinne Ananda Ghanamurtaye Jnana Bhakti Pradayinne Matastubhyam Namo Namaha. Jai Ma, Jai Ma. Jai Ma.